All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honor to our venerable apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And peace and blessings to the Lord's elect, the house of David. All right, so Brother Haran coming back at you with a quick lesson, more willing to be edifying and uplifting unto the elect. And I was just got done watching the Elder Menach Zagba's video that he did. And yeah, these two chicks that were, I guess, having a podcast conversation. And of course, the Hebrew Israelites name came up, right? The topic of the Hebrew Israelites, being that, let me get that real quick, being that we are at the end. And the title of the video was Hebrew Israelites and Mormons Preach a False Gospel. Okay, and let's get this real quick here, and then we're gonna roll. All right. Yahushua mentioned in Matthew 24 and verse 14, he says, "And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come." Okay, so this gospel of the kingdom, remember, the doctrine of the Hebrew Israelites is about the kingdom of heaven. It's about the kingdom of Israel. Okay, that's going to be instituted on the face of this earth. Now, it's not going to be how the earth is presently constituted. It's going to be renewed, as written in the book of, I believe, 1st or 2nd Peter, where it talks about, I think it's 2nd Peter, where it talks about the a new heaven and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness. And when you go to that word new, it goes to a Greek word kainos, which means to refresh. Okay, to redo, renew. Okay, bring life into something. So rebuild something, all right, means to bring life to it. You rebuild something that was dead. So number one, the nation of Israel, constituted as the 12 tribes of Israel together, was something that's was done away with. That's why they call it the lost tribes. Lost tribes in the sense that us not knowing who we are, and the nations not knowing who the Israelites are, so we're lost. But also lack of understanding of the scriptures. That's what's kept us lost for so long. Okay, but now that we're coming back to who we are as a people, okay, now the whole world is in an uproar. They were never in an uproar since 1948, when these people claimed to be God's chosen people. Okay, nobody came up with an uproar except for the Palestinians. They kept going to war against them. Okay, out there in the Middle East, but everywhere else, you know, it seems like everybody has accepted, even the so-called Christians. The same people that go around saying God can save everyone, but yet they neglect to question the Jays who say that they're God's chosen people, and that's about it. And they call themselves a Jewish nation. There ain't no such thing as a Jewish nation. All right, there's nowhere in the scriptures that says Jewish nation. Okay, you have the 12 tribes of Israel, and that's who the Lord is going to gather in these last days via the word. And the word is only going to resonate with the Israelites, no matter what you look like. It's not about a skin color. We've been saying that. How you going to say, oh, the Hebrew Israelites preach that only black people are going to make it, but yet you got the same black people we telling that they're not going to make it because they're wicked? It's called the 2/3 of our nation, man. All right, and they're the ones who come up against us the most. How many videos you see these people be doing, going into how, oh, Hebrew Israelites say this, Hebrew Israelites say this. That's why I'm no longer part of Hebrew Israelites, and all these different things, huh? And ain't they all so-called, most of them, ain't they all so-called black? How come this word does not resonate with them? It's because they're not of the elect. Okay, you have the elect, and then you have the elect of God. You got to be part of the elect of God to make it in the second coming of Yahushua, which is going to be the destruction of this place, Babylon the Great, as you see presently constituted. It's going to be completely destroyed by fire, man. Okay, and when you got countries like Russia and Iran and China and North Korea and all these different countries threatening, all right, America's behavior is going to cause World War III. Guess who's going to be getting the brunt of it? America. All right, you Americans are going to be getting the brunt of it, and that includes everyone who's on this land who doesn't get delivered by Yahushua when he comes back via the fathership. That is deliverance. Deliverance is not you die and go to heaven. You've been delivered. No. Okay, deliverance is when you get delivered from a doom or danger. You know, somebody saves you from something, right? Somebody saves you from something. That's what it means to be delivered. Okay, when a woman is being in labor and she delivers her child, nobody says, nobody goes around saying, oh, that child had to die to get delivered. No. You know, you don't die and then be delivered. You get delivered. There you go. It's like, right? You get delivered from some type of doom or danger or something like that. That's what it means to be delivered. All right. But going back to that point, that these people, they always want to stay on that that color thing, right? This ain't a color thing. We've been saying that from day one. Okay, from our elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down, we've been mentioning, all right, that the 12 tribes of Israel are going to come from all different nations, bro. All the nations of the earth. We have Israelites who are mingled among them, because that's what the Lord said. He's going to scatter us. That's part of the curses. Okay, He's going to scatter us amongst these other nations. That means that our seed will be mingled within these nations. So when the time comes, you inevitably going to have Israelites who the word will resonate with. He might look like a Chinese man. We're not going to say, oh, you a China man, so this doesn't apply to you. It's only for black people. No, because he's going to come up and he or she's going to come up and say, yo, I call upon Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and they're going to sound just like us. You know what I'm saying? If a brother in China, all right, if they allow them to go out there and speak, he'll sound just like us over here. His mannerisms, the spirit that's going to be within him, he's going to sound just like us. Okay, he's going to be saying America's going to be destroyed by thermonuclear. That's the truth. Okay, yeah, he might not be in Babylon, but he's teaching, all right, the true doctrine which the Lord has sent us to give to the world. Okay, Yahushua said what? For a testimony, all right, for a witness, right? Same thing, testimony, witness, right? Unto all nations. Unto all nations. Why unto all nations? Because our people are scattered throughout all the nations. Okay, so they come in all different shapes and sizes and color and so on and so forth. So yes, you might have somebody who looks like a so-called Jewish person, right? Since you guys want to say, oh, you guys are anti-Semitic. We're not anti-Semitic. We're truth tellers. Anti-Semitic is just a term that was created by the Jewish people. Okay, the Zionists, the political and religious Zionists. Okay, to stop anybody from questioning their motives, their agendas, all right, their wicked schemes that they perform upon the face of the earth. Okay, in the name of we're God's people, we can do whatever the hell we want to do. So if you question that, oh, if you're God's chosen people, how do you have all this evil that's running around the world? Why do we live in the most evil time if God's chosen people are ruling? What's going on? We live in a time that only, shit, if you're open-minded, or if you can see, you'll be like, yeah, man, Satan is definitely ruling the world right now. Okay? Satan is ruling the world right now. Okay? Because we live in a world of high deception. And Satan pushes deception. So anybody who comes in the spirit of Satan is going to be pushing deception. Okay? Wickedness. And who are the people that do shit like that? They ain't God's chosen people. You can trace their line back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, man. You can trace their line back to Abraham, Isaac, and Esau. You see, but that's the truth that they don't want the world to know. But it's over. It's over with, man. Everybody's talking about Esau now. Everybody's talking about Edomites. Yeah, they're trying to make a case. Oh, no. If you're an Edomite, you're a different nation. You're not an Israelite. Okay? You're not an Israelite. You have Edomites that look dark-skinned. We call them chocolate-covered Edomites. What about them? They're so-called black. Does that mean that they're Israelites? No. Because when you trace their line back to their father's line, they go back to them slave plantation owners and shit like that. Okay? Those were Edomites. All right? They pop a Jake woman, right? Rape her, whatever the case may be. Now they got a whole bunch of children. Generations come down the line. They all look black. But guess what? They're all Edomites because they're seed. Okay, it's a seed thing. It's a familial thing. Okay, it's who your line goes back to. So you could look pale as Sheamus from WWE and come from Ireland, right? But if your line goes back to any one of us, which is the so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans known today, right? Which could be from any of those 12 tribes, all right? Then you're an Israelite. Point blank. Period. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard. So you people need to stop with this racial color shit. We ain't teaching color over here. All right? We only teach color for truth's sake. That yes, the ancient Hebrews are dark skinned. They're not pale like how it's been depicted in history since the time of the Renaissance. Okay? That was part of the deception that they were going to put upon the face of the earth to have people be to believe, all right, their lies and their schemes of oppression. As this is okay. That's just how things are. You know? You had, in this country alone, you had something called racism, where people were segregated. You know, we were segregated from everybody else. Lady, hurry your ass up, man. Fuck. Slow ass turn, bro. You know? We were segregated because of our skin color. But yet, the same people who benefited from that system and continue to benefit from that system, all of a sudden turn around and saying that, oh, the black Hebrew Israelites. No, Hebrew Israelites. Okay? Hebrew Israelites, because we're not all going to be dark-skinned. All right? We're not all going to be dark-skinned. We got brothers all over the place that are not even dark-skinned and they're Israelites. Northern Kingdom, what about that? Huh? What about that? We talk about the so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, but you always forget to add the Latinos, Native American part. You just jump on the black part. What the fuck is that about? That's how you know this is all, it's deliberately done. Okay? Because the division between color is something that's always been a tool for division and control. So if we can infiltrate and say, oh, they're just pushing for only black people, then you're going to have a division in the sense that people are not going to gravitate towards this, which is fine. We're not looking for masses. We're looking for the elect. And only the elect are going to understand and see through the bullshit. Okay? Like, yeah, man, this ain't a color thing. Okay? This ain't a color thing. You could look Greek, all right, from the land of Grecia, okay? But your line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. No matter what you look like, you are an Israelite. Point blank, period. Now, just being an Israelite doesn't mean you could cut it, because you got a lot of Israelites here who fit the typical mold of being black, right? You have them over here, and they're still going to be destroyed. Majority of the so-called black, Latinos, Native Americans here in America will be destroyed anyway, but they are Israelites. Why would they be destroyed even though they're Israelites? Because they're not of the elect. Okay? We are teaching for the elect, meaning the election, the elected ones, the chosen ones. You don't choose yourself. The Lord chooses you. So you Christian goers, you church going Christians out there, get it through your heads. Pick up your Bible and actually read. We're in 2025. All right? 6 months, we're going to be in 2026. You don't have an excuse to not be able to actually read. You can't say, oh, the white man is oppressing me. I can't read books no more. Massa, nah. You ain't got no excuse. Okay? And if you do your due diligence and you study, because guess what? A lot of these commentators, all right, these so-called Bible scholars, they agree with what we say. All right? Because it's true. They agree with what we say. There's certain parts, prophetic parts that they don't really understand. But when it comes to historic parts and so on and so on, different things that puts everything together, they agree. Because we arrive at the same answer, which is what happened. You know, what happened? Going back to the time of the Renaissance, what happened prior to that? The Dark Ages. Why is that such an important topic or important time of history? Because it was a time where we actually ruled. Okay, post-Roman Empire till the times where the Spaniards came in. Okay, you had a period of about 1,000 years. Okay. For about 1,000 years, you had Jake that was ruling. Okay, the British Isles, you know, all over Europe, Spain, Italy, France. Okay, Jake was ruling, man. Jake was ruling. Okay, for 1,000 years. Esau has been in power for oil. Next year they're going to be 250 years. And look how, I mean, well, America's Esau, that is. All right, to be specific. You know how people get, you know. But America's been in power for about, 250 years? And look what they've done in just a span of 250 years, right? So imagine, which is what, a quarter of a century, okay? 250 years is a quarter of a century. And look what they have done upon the face of the earth. So how much more us who rule for 1,000 years? You know? So a lot of things that Esau took during the Renaissance period, it was going back to the Greco-Roman Empire and reviving those things, and then taking attributes of Jake and putting their pictures and frames on it as a form of power and influence. Okay? So that's what this whole Renaissance thing was all about. The concept of black and white, racial classes, and so on and so forth, it was all created to do away with the image of so-called black people ruling. You see, when you go to the Russian icons, yo, all the people in the Bible are dark-skinned people. Okay, because it was talking about it's like modern day today. What you see right now but it was just dark-skinned people at that time, right? In the sense that Hebrew Israelites are just dark-skinned people, and we're just documenting the videos that we do, the lessons we do, right? If you were to put that in a book form, and then 100 years down the line or 1,000 years later, you pick up those books and you start looking into them, you're gonna see a specific theme. The whole time you're gonna see, they're all men, okay, and they all fit the same mold of blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, black, Latino, Native Americans. You're gonna keep seeing that, especially if you study, all right, the prophets of Great Millstone on down. You're going to see the same theme. It's going to be men who look like so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, okay, but they come from all different types of different tribes. Okay, you got brothers in Germany, okay, brothers in Australia, all right, brothers in Holland, okay, brothers in the UK, all right, brothers everywhere, in Africa, Asia, you know what I'm saying, and of course here in Babylon. But you got prophets everywhere, man, and we all look different. Brothers all look different, man. Okay, and the Lord did it that way for a reason. He could push the word out easier, you know. And those brothers, most brothers who are living in different countries, they didn't have to come over here to hear the word. They heard it through the videos, the epistles, all right, the YouTube. Okay, and they learned. The Spirit dealt with them. They grew. Okay, now they're out there doing the work, bringing in more fruit. All right. So it's just that simple, man. We come in all different shapes, sizes, colors, all kinds. Okay, because the Lord said what? That His people are as a speckled bird. God, no, so you don't cut His grass, right? We're as a speckled bird. You know, we look different. We all look different. We all sound different because we got different spirits. Okay, so you got to put to sleep that whole concept of, oh, is this black people are gonna be our God's chosen people? We ain't pushing black. The Most High is not looking for black people. Just so you know, He ain't looking for black people. All right. Anyone who calls themselves black, you know you're not blessed. All right. You're not awoke to anything spiritual. You call yourself black. Who the fuck wanna walk around calling themselves something that's negative? Like, and they rep it. Like, oh, the black community, we're black people. Black. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. All right. And may Yahweh Shall try to destroy everyone who's in that mindset. Okay. He's gonna destroy everyone who's in that mindset of being black. Okay, he's gonna burn you. He's gonna turn you real black. He's gonna turn to damn charcoal, man. That's black. Okay, damn tar. Splatter you on the damn concrete and keep you there. You know, wicked ass people, man. All right, but yeah, man. I just wanted to bring that out real quick. You know, because as I was watching the video, it just sparked my spirit. I'm like, man, these annoying ass people, and especially the women, bro. Hey, you don't know anything. Just be quiet, bro. This has nothing to do with you. Men are at war, and you gonna pop your head up talking about, hey, I'm here too. Bitch, shut the fuck up. All right? That's the spirit of Babylon that's been, you know, pushing these women to think and believe that they can come in and, oh, we're all equal. If you're all equal, take your ass out there and do the same things that men do. Wake up early in the morning and go work on the railways, man. All right? Go work on them ships, the commercial ships that be on the waves, and then the oceans, the sea, the waves are roaring, jumping up and down, and then the ship is like damn near underneath the water, then come right back up and shit, and they gotta be holding these big ass chains. Go do them jobs, man. All right, get your ass on the pole, on the ladder, and work with National Grid and all these telecommunication companies. Go hop on the ladder. Let's see you do that. Okay, go work on the damn construction, actually building homes and shit. Let's see you do that. You're not doing that. Men are doing that shit. Okay. It's lately I've been seeing a lot of women driving 18-wheelers and shit. I'm like, what's going on, bro? What's going on, man? That shit is so unsafe. You know what I'm saying? It's very unsafe to see shit like that. You know? But yeah, I'm gonna get this quick precept, one last one, and then I'm gonna close it out. All right, that we are the chosen people of the Heavenly Father. And there's nothing anyone can do about it. All right, because we didn't choose to be God's chosen people. He chose us. Okay? He chose us. And we're just waking up to the fact that we are the ones who have been chosen. All right, it's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. It says, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord Yahweh thy power." The Lord thy power, Yahweh, right? That's His name, hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Okay? So that's it right there. That's why the whole fuss is about who is God's chosen people. The 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. That's God's chosen people. But who are the chosen within God's chosen people? The elect of the 12 tribes of God's chosen people. The rest who are not of the elect, they're going to die on this side. They're going to come back in the kingdom when it's established on the earth, being ruled by the Israelites through Yahweh Shai. You're going to see that. Okay? Everyone's going to see that. All right? But on this side, them wicked ass niggas got to go. They are going to go. Only those who are going to be delivered are the elect. All right? So if you're not of the elect, it's over with. Don't worry about it. It's not for you. All right? We're not arguing with you. We're not going back and forth with you. We're not trying to make you understand. If you're not of the elect, you're not of the elect, you're not going to get it. It's just that simple. Okay? And you don't have to believe what we believe. All right? We talking about our God. You could have your own God, and then whatever happens after that. But we're telling you, our God is going to come and destroy all these other gods. Okay? Our God is going to come and institute his kingdom on this earth. Whether you like it or not, oh yes, that's what's going to happen. That's just what reality is. That's prophecy. Okay? So you could believe in your God and your Jesus and all. That's cool. That's fine. Stay with that. Stay with that. You don't got to come with us. Okay? But just understand, when our Lord comes, we're coming for you. All right? Okay. So anyway, I'm going to leave it off there. Lord willing, you were edified. In closing, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Racha Kodesh. Kawadi Ha Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Until next time, Shalom.